the biggest mashup of all time. You know what I mean? Had to, got to, must podcast. X, dearly beloveds. You know what I mean? It's only been 4-3 weeks, bro, or something like that. When did we
Is
link?
this your first collaboration with a podcast?
No. We be cooking. Look, podcast on Jersey. No Losses, Silent Wins. I think that might have been my best guest feature of all time. I can't lie.
But hold on. I have to pee one more time.
We already started, bro.
Is this recording right now?
It's been recording.
I had no idea. I didn't know we started. Well, I won't pee yet. I'll hold it in for a while.
Bro, go ahead, bro. You can do it.
No, I'll be all right.
All right, bet.
Give it like 30 more minutes.
You good, Nick?
I can't
I'll hold
have
your
no
mic.
promises.
I'm good.
Anything crazy on there? Anything crazy on the? Or were you reading the Bible?
I was looking at when we recorded last, which was it's
okay.
been about 5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah. When you came on our episode, which was a great episode, it was a great time.
I think I still have more to like deliver. You know what I mean?
There's never enough.
Don't we all?
I know there's never enough
time.
But I have implemented my stamp on a lot of other podcasts and what. Not a lot, but probably like a handful. I love doing guest work. But since then, you know, I've been. I'll be tapped in, bro. I'll be listening to y'all do y'all motherfucking thing, bro. Fucking Nasah, Nick, and Flair are off camera. My boy Nasah right here, bro, on the beloved on DBP like death chart.
Say hi
I've been
to the
telling
camera.
him, bro. I've been telling him he's like top 3, bro. Easy.
Fire.
Easy top 3 on like guests and just like co-hosts, associates, people I just like to cook up with, bro.
Yeah. What I've appeared I think 3 times.
3 times.
Yep.
It should be a lot more. That's
times,
like
3 times,
it's
3
fucked
times.
up because that's what we were able to produce the past 4 years, but it should be a lot more.
But you've came a long way since then, man. Like format wise, overall your production of your show, getting your shit off, the effectiveness of getting your shit off. And like we kind of took like what I did on your pod and it kind of helped shape ours. And then Slim really took the reins and really figuring this
Bro,
shit out
that
and getting
boy-
it
bro, I'm
running.
scared of
And shout
Nick,
out to
bro.
producer
I'm
Han
scared.
because she kind of hit us over the head like, hey, y'all need to do a pod.
Shout out
she
to
wanted
her.
to be here. She couldn't make it, but
She's
Make some
welcome.
motherfucking
member
noise
of
for
the
producer Han and Slims, y'all.
She's definitely welcome, bro. You know what I mean? But like I said, like that ground level, you know what I mean? Like NASA's been there the whole fucking. He was always in my mind, and then y'all started y'all show. Like I said on your platform, I'm like, bro, I would have snatched this motherfucker up in a minute, bro. Like he would have been like, it's hard though, bro. It's just a process. The amount of love and praise that I get is all just from trying and falling on my face. That's what people don't understand.
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I've done so much more shit that didn't work. So when you see some shit that's like ill, it's like, bro, we over here working this shit,
If
bro.
you listen to our first episode, I mean, there's dead air all over the place. Like we
It's
we
always-
didn't even introduce ourselves until like 20 minutes.
We were like, wait, we never said who we were. Yeah. Like if anyone just tuned in for the first time.
A lot of
Like
people tune into episode 1, and I'm sure they're like maybe a little turned off.
Right.
But I mean, that's what it takes. I mean, falling and trial and error.
Yeah, bro, it's a crazy fucking game. I mean, as much as you guys claim and put me on this pedestal, I learned so much from y'all. But I don't really express it. I like to. Sorry, no, it's like the art of war kind
Well,
of.
I'll remember that. I'll remember that. I'm gonna hold on to that for a while.
I think every good artist or any person at their craft, like you take basketball for example, Kobe took a lot from everybody's game to become the greatest.
Yeah.
He could be.
Right.
It applies with every other discipline.
Right.
So I think everybody kind of gives and takes from everybody. We might not admit it sometimes, but in reality, we have to do that to learn and grow.
Yeah, no art is made just in a vacuum. All our art is contrived from other pieces, and that's the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
Whoever your favorite musician is, they had a favorite musician, and it's probably the reason they like make the music you like.
Yeah.
Well, I want to hear it because I constantly talk about as much Patrice O'Neal we talked about on your guys' show.
yes.
It's
Legend.
like, bro, Patrice, Opie and Anthony on Patrice specifically. I'm a huge Joe Budden fan. I get made fun of just being like a fan of his podcast and his
So shut the fuck up in 2024.
He makes great moments. All his battles, Charlemagne, Taxstone, fucking anybody he beefed with, I have been like obsessively like I rewatch shit like that. When he has Pusha T on his show talking about the Drake beef and shit like that. Like that stuff is cement like rewatchable yearly podcast episodes. You know what I mean?
You fuck with Taxstone?
Yeah,
free Tax
that's where I got
Stone,
beloveds from,
Free
bro. How you know
Taxstone,
Tax,
yo.
bro? How you know Tax,
You think
dog?
I'm doing this podcast shit? Taxstone was awesome, bro.
I don't even know who that is.
I listened to him before he went to jail, bro.
Explain.
He was awesome.
Give your description of Tax.
give my description
for your
text.
co-host on your podcast because they don't know.
Stone was just damn near like real street knowledge. He was like, I almost want to describe it as just he used to just put people in their place and talk about everything. He was almost like Joe Budden, but not corny.
Bro,
it's a good way of putting it.
He was beefing with Troy Ave and shit, like in New York streets.
He's a real criminal.
And he was
he's in jail.
And he was Charlemagne's what do they call it in Star Wars? Padawan. He was Charlemagne's Padawan. Like he was trying to put tax on crazy, and then he caught a case and went to jail. But that's where I got like Beloveds from, or Beloved.
He used to say Beloved all the time,
bro. And I used to say that to my friends and whatnot, and then it just came to be like the name of my show, which I think is
Tax Stone was awesome, bro. Free Tax Stone.
Who you guys like in media?
In podcasting
or media, just in general.
Well, if we go off of podcasting, the reason I wanted to do this. And what the Bodega Boys?
Oh hell yeah!
Kid Mero and Jesus.
Damn,
Jesus Nice.
Bro, I've never tapped in with that, but I hear so many good things.
They're not
about
together
them.
anymore, but that was in my opinion that was the best podcast ever made. They always used to call it The Art, like we dropped a new episode of The Art today. That was the best podcast ever made. Damn. They were so fucking funny.
I gotta tap in. I gotta check them out.
They talked about like current stuff. They had like their own spin on things. They're like both from New York. They talked about New York shit all the time. They were so fucking
New York is
funny.
the mecca, bro. Like
that is
cultural
how I found
mecca
out.
Of just,
So before Austin started going skating all the time, I knew about Stevie B, freestyle 80s legend who was smashing all the Dominican aunties back in the 80s, bro. Stevie B used to be on fire in the 80s, bro, with the slicked Jerry curl, the little mustache.
He was a skater?
Stevie B was a freestyle music legend.
Oh no!
I can't believe you never heard of Stevie B.
Bro,
You never heard of Stevie B? I knew all these Stevie B. So he started going like roller skating, right?
Right.
And hearing all this crazy new shit. I knew about Stevie B because of Jesus Amaro and the Bodega Boys podcast because they made fun of Stevie B all the time.
That is so fucking
I knew
funny,
Spring
bro.
Love. I knew what's the other song?
I Want to Be the One.
I Want to Be the One. I knew all these Stevie B songs because of that podcast.
Damn.
Yeah. They put me onto a lot of shit. That was a good show.
But like you go skating and you hear them play Stevie B, they play like 6-7 Stevie B songs.
I wanna be the one you're
Yeah.
kissing and hugging.
At the dominantly like
Banger.
white roller rinks, that's where you hear the Stevie B and the freestyle and shit.
Holy shit!
So I knew it from my brother from growing up, but he knew it from Jesus and Miro, so it was
Yeah.
funny. We kind of connected on that. It was funny.
But even think about those shows and those personalities that kind of like fizzled
Shaped
away.
us.
Like life happens and then they fizzled away and you don't get the show anymore. Like I'll be on some like DBP shit, like on some Beloved shit, like forever. Like when like I'm on some like my social media shit, it's like, bro, unfollow me, bro. Like get away. Like if you don't fuck with it, cool. If you do fuck with it, great. You know what I mean? But I'll be like, bro, this ain't gonna stop. The whole key is to make it like autonomous. You know what I mean? The whole key is to like let people know you showing up for them every fucking week.
Yeah.
And
We
if
got
you can
we got
balance
death
the life.
threats. We were
Oh my fucking
We were a day
God.
late because
Yeah,
of the,
we were a day late
the
because
audio
of the-
corruption.
yeah.
We were a day late. People were like, "Where's the episode at? It's Tuesday morning."
Was
Yeah.
that last week or this week?
last week.
week.
We were a day late because we had to redo it.
Once
Let's
again,
hear it.
make
I
some
wanna hear
fucking
it. I wanna
noise for
share-
Slims, y'all, for recovering that audio and
Bro,
doing
that motherfucker.
Taking the
I'm
initiative.
telling y'all,
Shout out treasured audio They're a weird website, but
Banger.
if you have corrupted audio and it won't play on VLC Media Player, it won't play on Windows Media Player, hit them up. They will get your shit right.
get you right.
And they'll show you it works before you pay. They'll prove it first.
Damn.
And it was
Shout
about
out.
$220 before the service fee. It was like $240 after everything.
Mhm.
Worth it. I don't care. Worth it.
I'll give you my story of my Jesus, I lost this episode moment. Fucking 3 years ago. 3 years ago. House of the Dragons. We were covering House of the Dragons. The first
show,
season
right?
of House of the Dragons.
Yeah.
I was such a huge Game of Thrones fan.
Yeah.
And that shit was terrible. You know, that fucking series is trash, bro. It's so bad.
House of Dragons trash?
Yeah, so I was talking shit about it every fucking week, right? And I was like managing having these personalities on with me, and I hit up Woody. My man Woody came through. We did the 5th episode, bro. And that episode was like mid-season. It was a hot episode. It was good. It was like fidelity, fighting, killing. It was dope. Bro, I'm editing that shit. My computer goes, not today, brother. It's a wrap. It was something with the memory. So I'm memory conscious now, like with my phone. And that's why you got to use your kind of, your your equipment to its best ability, because the way I airdrop shit from my MacBook to my phone is like on some alley-oop NBA shit. You know, it's like some dunk contest shit. The way, you know. But so I went on Instagram the next day talking I lost it, y'all. I lost it. It was so good too. I lost
That
it.
feeling hurts.
Bro, I ended up going out to Jersey. I was with my my mom, my stepdad, Rodney. Shout out to the Jersey fam. And I remember Rodney was telling me something. My stepdad was telling me something, and it motivated me to kind of like deep dive into the discs, the hard drive, the shit you don't want to go to, like in your MacBook, like the scary shit.
Yeah.
I ended up finding it in Adobe, like not edited, and it was everything I had lost. Worked on it, published it, and when people see that from the outside looking in, they think it's like some publicity stunt. They're like, Hatch is putting on some fucking show for us off the pod.
That shit happens,
bro.
man.
That shit be
That shit
real,
happens.
bro.
Twice.
And then when you recover it and get it and give it to the people, I think that's why I say it's one of my favorite episodes, because of how hard it was to deliver it after recording it.
We completely lost our pilot, bro. Our pilot is gone.
Yeah, episode 0, the lost episode is gone.
It's crazy.
We really we prematurely shot our wad on what was supposed to be a dry run.
Yeah.
And, it was a rough draft of an episode, but we had it together. We said some stuff we probably shouldn't have said on there.
Yeah.
So we
yeah.
got
Man,
out of-
fuck
we got
that,
out of
bro.
our system, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Trump back in office, bro. We getting our shit off, bro.
We're getting our shit up.
Yeah.
It would be different.
All right.
It would be different if he didn't win. I'm telling you right now.
All right, listeners,
McDonald's.
you heard it said. Hatch said I could say it, so Trump's in office. We're all gonna say it tonight.
So McDonald's, from my knowledge, doesn't hire felons. So
That's bullshit. That's not such
it's
a
crazy.
fucking lie.
It's crazy
That's
how
lie.
like
Are
a
you
felon
serious?
could get back in the White House after impeachment. I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know it was possible to have an impeachment and be like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm coming back. The people want me, I'm coming back. I didn't know that because
Hold
it's
on.
never happened
Are you
before.
serious? McDonald's won't hire a felon,
Allegedly,
Bro,
if you have a felony on your record, they
Bullshit.
will not hire you.
dude.
I
I've
definitely-
been
I
at McDonald's
definitely-
with people
hold-
with face tattoos working there. You telling me they don't hire felons?
Bro, I definitely want to get
What else? What
into.
else? What
I want to
else?
get into the bromance of Trump and Elon, and specifically like older,
Okay, started.
the older perspective.
So you don't think that's a corruption thing? You
No,
don't
but
think that's bad?
Nick, I wanna hear about this both issues from a production level standpoint for like the new creators and whatnot. What the fuck happened? What happened?
To Elon Musk?
No, bro, not Elon. I'm talking about on Had To Got To when you lost that
lost
episode
episode?
and then you recovered this one.
I don't know what happened.
I'm doubling back on some like
Yeah,
journalist
yeah,
shit
yeah.
Well,
because
we
I gotta
lost-
hear it. I need to hear it.
Episode 0, I'm looking at it and I'm like, guys, we just did an hour and a half and it's gone. And I didn't know how to save it right. I'm using Ableton. It's
Okay.
kind of like using Ableton for a podcast is kind of like the equivalent of using a chainsaw to put butter on your toast. It's overkill. We use something that like pros use for music production.
yeah.
Right.
But it came with the interface. So
Cool.
and I didn't learn you're not supposed to just hit, you know how it's classic computer 101, file, save.
Right.
Well, for Ableton it's file, collect all, and save, and I didn't do that. So we
There's
lost
like
it.
5 different save buttons on Ableton.
That's important. That's what I
Yeah.
needed. That's what
So
I needed to
you
hear.
that's an example. You talk about falling on your face, trial and error. That's a hard lesson. I mean, that's a hard scrape on your knee.
Right.
When
It
I have to
hurts.
look at these two and
It's
say,
good-
hey,
no,
that
but
hour is gone.
It's
we
good
just
when
did.
it happens early, though. It's good when it happens early, though. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
that
yeah.
much. It's good when it happens early, so you never mess up with it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then it happened again, episode 40. We've gone 40 episodes now with no issues.
the Super Bowl special, man.
And then we have a great guest on. Shout out J Bone.
Yeah. Shout out to
Shout out
J-Bone. That shit
J-Bone.
was
He was
amazing. I was
awesome,
listening
bro.
to that.
Yeah.
shit.
it's probably my new favorite guest, man. He had the easiest listen back.
It's
Right.
Like
yeah.
listening to it back, it was my favorite
Yeah.
one.
He
to
was
listen to.
fucking awesome, dude. I love that guy.
But then I had to look at him and say, we might have just lost everything. And it just froze. I guess it's called when the program hangs, they call it, where it's not frozen, but it's not moving. And it hung. And then all the audio was corrupted.
It's
It
like
wouldn't
my
play.
money up in the air when I like make a deposit or something. When I'm waiting for my
Yeah.
money to
Yeah.
come back in like 2 or 3
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
It's like 2 or
exactly.
3 business days. That happens to me like on a weekly
it's in the
basis.
pending, like,
Right.
Who's got it?
Yeah, right.
Who's got it?
Why does it come right back? Like I
Yeah.
just sent it to you.
Chase,
right?
what's going on?
You know I bake with Chase. That's my shit. No, I just needed that spiel
Yeah.
because I think it's so important for like other creatives because this is the illest shit you could be doing. Like on your off time, this is what everybody wants to do.
It's a good hobby.
As much as they talk shit about it, it's
Yeah.
the best shit you could be doing.
Yeah, you ever see these comments that are like, they have to make podcast equipment way more expensive because they're sick of all these podcasters.
The
Well, you know what?
podcast hate
Because
is
they're
nuts.
Not, they're not cool and they're not funny. Like,
There's a lot of
we are, like-
lame
Not
podcasts.
like
only
the Dearly
that-
Beloved's podcast.
Not
like
only
Tattoo
that, they're
Tattoo Must.
listeners. They're not talkers. this. These are people you would not want to talk to or hear from.
But bro, listen,
We're not debating.
But I'm
dumb
glad to have them listen and say something.
We're not debating dumb.
But leave it
Twitter
at that.
shit. We're not
But
debating
they
dumb
don't
Twitter shit.
consume podcasts altogether. They just see podcasts on the internet and aren't fans of podcasting.
Yeah. And
So-
if they do, it's at a very base level, like Joe Rogan or like what they know as a podcast.
Hey man, why you shooting at Joe, bro?
No. That's
listen,
just
the most-
that's like the
Goddamn.
entry level to everybody. When they think of podcasting, they think of Joe.
That's the
you know.
like,
You know me and Joe are
We've
tight,
been
bro.
doing it
I'm trying to go down there in
we
June.
record in his basement.
We used to record. We used to record
We
in
used
his
to.
basement.
Now we're in Bobby Altoff's
We used to
condo.
record in his
Oh
basement.
no
Yeah.
way!
Yeah, that's the name of
What's
our
she
studio.
talking about? She single? You
She's
hook
always
me up?
upstairs getting ran.
fell
My man,
She fell off.
every day upstairs is like a black thrill. Black.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm
Give me
good,
your phone.
bro. I'm done, bro. I'm good with the
Yeah, shout out to
with
Black.
that.
Shout out to-
You know.
Yeah,
No, but
it's pretty graphic in
so-
there.
No, but what he's saying is Joe Rogan's very entry level podcast. It's very
Yeah.
approachable
It's the
for
most
the
popular
common man.
podcast.
It's
a
like
common
it's
guy.
like him or Bobby Lee. That's like a lot of people's entry level.
I think
now.
he's a great representation in the space.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
He's
that's
been
where I
doing it
started.
forever.
Where I started
Absolutely.
listening was I was subscribed to Joe Rogan. I don't really listen anymore. In fact, you won't find Flair listens to podcasts
Normal
more than
people-
me and Austin
listen.
combined. We
Yeah.
don't even
I
listen
can
to
tell.
podcasts.
Listen, normal people used to listen to Joe Rogan all the time. Now, like, not so much. Like, he's kind of like falling off. He's
Now
very,
it's a
like,
lot of
very
grifters,
obvious.
Yeah,
like,
it depends on his guest too.
Yeah, me
I think
too.
he's
I'm
just
that
as
way.
good as his
I'm
guest.
the same way.
100%.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like podcasts and inspiration stuff, it's like Theo. I love Dalia. Dalia does a solo pod, bro. Have you ever watched one of Dalia's?
No,
No.
not,
I watched Bill
not
Burr.
since he got accused.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
Bill-
I
Speaking
know,
of
bro.
getting
They got my
accused,
dog,
you
bro.
were sticking up for academics last time you were on.
I
I don't remember what happened that week.
You go stick up for Chris
Bro, that
D'Elia
week-
now?
That week, you know what happened that
no,
week?
No, I watched the YouTube clips. I like his YouTube clips.
He's
He had a great
he's in
year
some-
last year.
I'll say hot water. I'll just put it that way.
minor.
I don't know. Nothing. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. But that's another one. Academics, Charlemagne, Andrew Schultz, bro. I'm
Schultz
listening
is
to that
good.
shit all the
Andrew Schultz-
fucking
I'm not a big
time,
fan of
bro.
Schultz.
I don't
think
like
he's-
his comedy, but I think
He's got a
he's
special
good on
coming out
pod.
in
I
like
think
2
he's a
weeks.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm-
think
I'm not big on his
I think
stand-up,
he's good
but-
for.
I seen him live, bro. It was awesome.
Really?
I seen him at the Fox.
No
it was
shit.
fucking
good?
insane.
Yeah.
Yep, me and Haley went there. Shout out to Haley. That's
Listen,
my
I
girl.
see clips of his stand up, and I don't think he's very funny in stand up. But I think as clips
Pod-
for
bro.
podcasts, he's a good like
Yeah.
guy to like rile people up. And
Absolutely.
interview, I guess, yeah.
And
He has his place.
if you
want
want
to
to
kind of
get
corny, but whatever.
if you want to get a crash
am I. So
course
are we all.
on partnering with somebody and you both benefiting from the partnership, it's Charlemagne and Andrew Schultz, bro.
I liked there was a clip of Andrew Schultz putting the Nelk Boys in their place. And anytime you could put like a 20-year-old in his place, that's cool.
Oh, that's right.
And not have them laugh in
Because
your
they
face.
said
That's cool.
because they were like, he was like, "Are you guys even friends?"
Yeah.
He could tell there was no chemistry.
Oh, I remember
He
that.
really didn't
The
like
Nelk-
the kid Steiny either. He was really
The
giving
Nelk-
it to
the
him.
I like
That
that.
was
yeah.
great.
That was good. That was
Nobody
good.
the
likes
Nelk Boys
Steiny,
are just
though. I
not
don't
for
really
us.
like
We're
that.
not
No.
20 years old in a frat. The Nelk
You
Boys
have
are
to-
not
you
for
I
have
us.
like
to-
Steve. Steve is the only one I like.
Steve will do it.
He's a good guy.
Listen, Steve
Good
will
guy.
do it. He just like drinks a bunch of booze and gambles. I'm like, what?
He'll show up to
what's
Walmart
there
and
to
spend like
dislike about
$100
this?
grand on everybody just getting shit. He's like Shaq in Walmart. I like Steve.
Shout out to Steve.
His
will do it.
girl
Yeah.
is gorgeous, bro. You know who his girl is?
Yeah.
Bro, bad, bro. She's fine.
I had her.
But you have to.
we all had her, Arthur.
Bro, that's crazy.
We all had
Why
her.
y'all disrespecting a lot of these huge ass platforms on my show, bro? Save
sorry,
that
I'm
shit for
sorry.
had
So we
to,
gotta
got to,
do
bro.
it.
I'm sorry.
I'm terrified, bro.
You can cut that out. You can cut that out.
We're
I
not
would never.
disrespecting
I would
nobody.
never
We're-
take. I would never take it off. I'm
It's
joking.
all in jest.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
obviously.
It'll be
It's
fun.
It's just like we're giving reason why we don't consume certain media, but it's
100%.
not. It's not really out of choice. Really, it's what sparks our interest.
Bro, you have
You
to
know?
you have to consume from two different roles.
Yeah.
You can be I'm a Kanye fan. Okay.
He made graduation. He made graduation.
You can't say that anymore. Not say, well, he made graduation.
That's
and,
one-
and he
bro.
made Beautiful Dark Twisted
You gotta
Fantasy.
list
Bro,
every.
and he
You gotta
made
list
Jesus,
every album.
Bro,
Yeah.
I like Vultures
Watch the
one.
Throne.
Yeah, right. And yeah, right.
Yeah.
All that.
I like Kanye. Not a fan of his music. Huge fan though.
but
Maybe listen to it, but him as a guy, I like a lot of what he's saying.
but listen to me, bro. Being a Kanye fan, you've learned for 20 years not to get too attached to the artist, but that art, we take that art. The listeners, you take this art and you hold it to a high esteem. If you see some shit about me in the news, I may have or may not have done that shit. But this episode of Dearly Beloved.
Yeah.
Had to, got to,
Yeah.
must.
The big
You hope
crossover.
that, bro. Am I
hear you.
bugging? Am I
No,
bugging?
you're right. You're right.
That's something that the old heads don't understand. Like we never grew up with our parents and grandparents. Like what was it? Elvis and MJ. They didn't love American culture like we do, right?
Yeah,
They didn't have the
it was just
internet.
culture to them.
That's
It wasn't
the
American
difference.
culture. Yeah,
That's the difference, bro.
they were
That's
just
the-
living it. They weren't conscious of it.
And then you get Elon and Trump. We're moving to Elon and Trump. I have talked to 40, 50, 60, 70-year-olds the past week. I did not know people hated Elon as much
Oh
as
yeah,
they did.
it was
I had
before
no idea.
politics.
I had
Before
no
politics.
idea. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, he's got to be like top 3 human beings all time, right?
No.
In my head.
No,
And
nowhere
in
close.
human history, what do you mean top 3 human as like
Most capable, most productive, have affected
No.
people's
No.
lives.
no,
I would
No.
disagree.
no, no?
Damn,
I,
I'm
think, I
bugging.
think I think he manipulates the stock market for his Tesla prices.
Yeah.
You know what? Elon Musk was cool when all he did was send electric cars into space and make flamethrowers,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
he wanted to get involved in American politics. And wanted to be in Trump's ear and also buy Twitter to be like, people are talking shit about me. I'm going to buy Twitter. Twitter sucks. I'm going to buy Twitter. And now Twitter sucks even more.
Have you heard what
because he
Mark
bought
Cuban
it.
said about him?
Like, what did he say about him?
Mark Cuban had some good things because guys
He-
like there's
listen,
no
there was a
great
point-
billionaires. I'm not going to sit here and
No, there's-
advocate for
there was a
billionaires.
I know, right? I know.
But
there was a
guys
point
like
where I
Mark
thought he was
Cuban,
cool.
guys like Mark Cuban, Bill Gates, these guys at least understand that
They're self-aware.
if you get a seat in the government, you're fucking the bag up. For all of history, the billionaires had to compete with the government,
Right.
lobbying, buying lobbyists.
Right.
But what Mark Cuban said about Elon Musk is that his puppet control of Trump, which is what it is, he's controlling Trump
puppet
with his money. It's dangerous.
Is
and
Trump
he
a
said
guy that we think will just like stand aside and be puppeted though?
Depends.
I don't think so.
he's
Depends
a
on
little
the
bit of a
motive.
wild card. He's a little bit of a wild card. I agree, but
Depends.
it's possible. But what Mark Cuban said is power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and it's true because you shouldn't have a seat in the government with all that money, and also
Not my
I
government.
think Musk, what he's doing now, the political stuff, I think he ran out of liberals to sell his electric cars to, so he makes a truck. Oh, the red loves the truck.
Yeah.
The red states love the truck.
Even though that fucking thing doesn't move in the snow and it's a piece of shit.
I said these
Oh my
Republican
God.
grifters. Look at this well-built, indestructible truck, and they're walking on the windshield and it cracks. They don't even mention it. They're like, "Yeah, all right, look at how great this thing's made."
Yeah.
I see that all the time.
This is what sold me, bro.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified.
Throw the
against
music in the
commercial
background and shit.
spaceflight and the way
That's
that
hype.
you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that.
My nigga
Because
crying and
those
shit.
guys are, yeah. You know, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. No, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here.
Bro, this shit fucked me up.
And I think that would change their mind.
I saw that.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
No, my nigga crying, bro.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
Certainly hope they would.
So they're hoping they would.
It's the first time I've
So-
seen him show
so-
emotion.
So what is
Hold
that
on.
about? What's
Bro,
the context? there?
that's the
care.
TikTok that fucked me up because I don't know. I'm not like well versed in Elon Musk. You know, I've heard of PayPal or heard of all his homies coming up. Like all his homies
Yeah.
are like fucking, you know, all his homies. So from like, if I put myself in that interview with that questioner, like one of my OGs, somebody, a father figure, one of my car hauling homies, podcast content creation homies, if they didn't approve of what I had going on, or even just the ladders to get to where I'm going, I would feel away, but I would still do it. You know what I mean? So from fuck Elon as like the guy in the poster next to Trump in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
Think of him as like a human being with his upbringing. Like I have a clip on TikTok also with his mom talking about how his dad was abusive and all this other shit. He would just read all fucking day.
Okay.
Could I say one thing about
Go, this is
okay.
bro,
all
it's
have
you,
something to
bro.
say,
You
haven't
here,
you?
bro. It's
He-
beloveds, bro.
From my understanding, me and Slim were kind of talking about this on the way over. From my understanding, his dad owned an emerald mine and was well off.
In Africa.
The way I see it is, You could be abusive if you're bringing in a couple billion.
Yeah.
You could be abusive.
Smack me around.
Oh, my daddy's an asshole. Brother, you're driving a Lambo LM002 through the jungle, bro. Google that car.
Google that.
You know what I'm saying? Due to the knowledge. But,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hey, listen,
Oh my
I don't
God, my dad
agree.
yells at
I
me.
don't agree with that. But
that's my take.
but
Do you
Elon.
think Elon Musk ever had to eat hamburger helper ever?
But
A day
never.
in his
But
life?
listen.
A hot dog dinner ever. A day in his life.
Did he not 3,000 times that though? Did he not outproduce his
I'm
father?
not knocking his work
That
ethic.
shit crazy.
I'm not
Listen,
knocking his
Yeah,
work
no,
ethic,
and
but
that's rare, bro. That's rare.
When you
Bro.
talk about greatest innovators, like you said, he's one of the greatest 3 people of all time. In my mind, I think of Carl Benz or Henry Ford, depending on who you want to credit.
Before I heard the
with
hate,
the car.
before I heard the hate, I'm like, I thought he was top 5 human
Hell
beings,
no.
bro. Fuck the NBA.
Top 5 human beings in
Hell
human
no.
history.
You got to go to the other side of the Twitter algorithm.
There's people
Yeah.
who have like
It's my algorithm.
They're showing
man.
you what you want to see.
Right, of course. I
'Cause he's rich
understand
and
that.
made
I'm a victim
electric-
too.
Me
'cause
too.
he's-
Yeah.
And I tell the
Hold on.
OGs that shit all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on, because he's rich and made an electric car. There's people who have made milk. There's people who have pasteurized milk and made it safe to drink.
And
There's
in
pe-
like the
there's people-
1500s, bro.
There's
Like,
people who have given us electricity.
before computers.
There's people who have given us the internet.
The
There's
people who mapped the world.
There's people.
Yes.
The
there's
people who mapped
From
the
my
globe.
There's people who have
logistical mind,
invented
that's my shit.
penicillin
The Wright
and
brothers.
vaccines.
You know what I'm saying? The Wright
Yes.
brothers are more.
Let me ask you this: who's
Contribution
top
to
5
society.
human beings of all time?
I can't answer that, but
I was
going to
give my list.
I do want to talk
Austin
about.
got a
Think
list.
about it.
I got a list
Think about
off
it.
the bat.
I do
wanna
wanna
hear it.
think about one thing.
I'm gonna come up with a list right
I do
now.
want to say one more thing about Elon Musk before we move on.
Go ahead.
This is money aside. This is politics aside. This is upbringing aside. Are you aware of what Elon Musk has done with Diablo 4?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Listen,
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Another one.
That's exposed myself. I am almost 30 years old. I have played video games probably my entire life. I think my first video game was Sonic the Hedgehog 1 or Crash Bandicoot 2 on the PlayStation. I've been playing video games for 25 years. Let's just say it like that. I have never went to any of these guys I'm sitting with and lied about something I did in a video game.
Oh,
I have
no,
never
you
said
think
I
he's
didn't
lying?
No, he was
No,
proven
he was
lying.
He was proven lying.
He had somebody run his
Man,
account.
Don't tell me
He was
that,
proven
bro.
lying that he had someone running his Diablo 4 account to make him, because he was ranked as one of the best players in the world, and then he live streamed himself playing Diablo 4, and all these people are like, "What the fuck? He doesn't know what this item does. He doesn't know how to do this. Like, how is he one of the top 50,
He's
100
playing
players?"
like someone who just started the game, not
He
somebody
bought an
who's
account.
top ranked in
He
the
bought,
world.
he
Yeah.
bought a top ranked account.
I didn't
or
know he
had
was
someone.
a fraud,
He
bro.
is.
Fuck.
He is.
Imagine what he's doing behind the scenes. This
He
is
is-
just a video game.
Yeah.
This is base
faking
level.
being
Yeah.
a good gamer because he is a pathetic guy. Politics, whatever aside, because he wants to impress nerds. I could never imagine
Yeah.
wanting to impress
Nerds.
Diablo 4 players and being like, "Oh, this, I'm gonna pay some guy or fake this or cheat whatever," and be like, I'm the 30th best Diablo 4 player
That's
in the world. Look at
crazy.
me."
Bro, a
Like,
month,
Yeah.
a month.
all the money,
Bro.
literally being the richest guy in the world is not
Bro.
enough satisfaction for
No,
you.
no, it's never,
Doing whatever
no.
the fuck you want to do, you have to
This money
fake
ain't
being
shit,
a
bro.
Diablo.
Yeah.
This money ain't shit.
That's why I don't want him in
Bro.
the president's ear. He can do that in private.
A month ago, I did y'all pod.
Yes.
We've been cooking up on YouTube, all that. I'm at Caesars in the poker room, having a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I can't buy into a hand because people raising $40 pre-flop, right? They just in there, they in there having a blast, right?
Yeah.
That was a topic of discussion. Was Elon in his Diablo ranking, and everybody at the table
It's
believed
fake.
it.
He's a fake.
And you're the
gamer.
first person, hey, bro. You're the
Because
first
they're
person I
poker
ever heard
nerds, not
that, bro.
Diablo nerds.
Yeah.
But that aside, you
It's
know,
easy to take something at a base value.
you know that room is a place where people have discussions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're in
a lot of
Real-
table talk.
Real cloth talk.
Lot of
If
table
you're
talk.
in Vegas at Bobby's room, you know what I mean, at Bellagio, you know, buying in for $15,000 fucking dollars, people are having conversations at that fucking table, bro. So it even further, not only did TikTok manipulate me or my algorithm fed to what I wanted to hear, it just, you know, art imitates life in that way, bro. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Where did you find that information?
on
It was,
Twitter and various podcasts.
yeah, they
and people-
exposed it. You can find
Diablo
it.
players proving he was a fraud. People.
That's like me jumping on his
everywhere
RuneScape
was a
account and
fraud.
live
Oh, I
streaming. They're
understand.
gonna know that I
Yeah.
don't know how to play.
I understand.
Or like if I
Like-
got on his Crash Team Racing, because
Yeah.
like he'd be like really cold at that shit, beating developer times and shit. And then I come in with like a hard to unlock character, and they just know it's like his little brother playing. or something.
yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever
Yeah.
played Diablo Hatch? Any of them?
I
So
told you
it's
about
like-
Civ.
it's
I
like
told
a-
you about
it's
Civ
like a-
6, right? I
it's
told
like
you
a-
about Civ
yeah.
7.
So Civilization's a very deep game.
Yeah.
Would you say? Diablo's a very deep RPG. There's
Right.
a lot of different character classes.
I wanted to play New
And
World when it
builds you
came
can
out, and I'm
do.
like, this shit ain't on
And-
Xbox One, the first generation.
Nope.
If you want to get high,
They have a
but
new-
also-
they have a new
but also it's
Civilization
a very
coming out, right?
popular game.
No, it's already, bro. It's already out. My new MacBook. I bought this for $4,000 4 or 5 years ago when I launched the pod.
Yeah.
Yikes.
The new one that I want, that's only capable with Civ
Who
7,
tell me about this?
is fucking $5,500, bro.
You can't.
And I'm
Macs
gonna
are
buy that
great for
bitch.
this. They're not great for gaming. They make you buy. They make you.
I play Civ. I have 500 hours.
Yeah, but if you
on
wanted to
Civ
upgrade the
6.
graphics card, you don't have that choice.
I
Yeah.
understand that.
That's the problem with Apple.
I like
But
their
they're
vision.
I
good for music.
But that's
they're
why
good
I
for
have
audio.
to. That's why I have to buy another MacBook. It's
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
$6,000.
This just came to me now, right? You want to talk about gaming, right? You
Okay,
with
go ahead, let's hear it.
Civilization, Diablo, whatever.
Mhm.
Talk about gaming. I am not the richest man in the world. I am not the CEO of a company. I am not with the government. I don't have enough time to get good at any video games. I might hop on my PlayStation and play Marvel Rivals or some shit like fucking 3-4 times a night. You know
Right.
what I mean? Just for an hour or two.
Yeah.
I pulled up.
So I'm supposed to believe that this guy who's running a company
oh no,
that's
I
publicly
believe
traded
you.
in the
You've
government,
sold the point.
I'm supposed to believe
I'm
he's
like,
one
what
of the
the
best
fuck?
video game players
That
in the
shit
world.
is
There's no
right.
way.
Were you ever rated the Masters on Street Fighter V?
No, Street Fighter V, the highest I got was gold, dude. People
Yeah,
are really
so
good at that game.
this is like middle
People are
tier.
good at the game.
Gold, you can't even like perform at tournaments well.
no.
Like people are really, really good at Street
Okay.
Fighter.
Listen,
So to
I
put that
hated
in
him.
perspective, he thought he was trying to put off he was number 30 in the world.
Bro.
And that's a level of tism that you have to display.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
don't have a good
A level of
you
autism.
can't
Yeah, bro.
You can't have a
'Cause
good job and be that good at the game. You have a
anybody
shitty
that
job
good
and
probably doesn't
time
have
to play the
social
game.
skills.
No.
Because they're just playing the game.
Right,
They have tens
right.
of thousands of hours.
You gotta
know?
you're not even
It's
you might
insane.
not even be playing. You talk about Street Fighter, you might not even be playing people online, fighting people across the world, right? You might, let's say you play for 10 hours a day, every day. Maybe 6 or 5 of those are you in the practice lab playing against a computer that's not moving,
Right.
just practicing combos and memorizing and inventing new stuff.
Right.
And then the next fucking 5 hours are you playing against people who are also really fucking good at doing the same thing.
Bro, I pulled
So-
up to fucking Had to Got to for the first time. Legendary
Yes.
shit. These motherfuckers was playing Wii bowling, bro. That
Yep.
shit was
Yeah.
fire.
We're
I pulled up,
gamers.
what I pull up with? A croissant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Croissant and Jägermeister.
Yeah.
baby.
I didn't have no
Yeah.
idea.
It was
no,
Jack.
It was,
Was it
Jack.
Jack?
No, it was
Yeah.
Jameson. It was
Okay,
it was a
my bad.
McNulty size Jameson.
I'm sorry, buddy. I thought it was
And I don't drink
love
and
Jäger.
drive.
It was
but
E and J.
You guys know
It was
you
E&J XO.
guys know McNulty or no?
No.
Can't say that
Damn,
I
a
do.
reference. Finally, a reference that I get
He nailed
and they
it.
get that y'all don't. Y'all
Yeah.
never watched The Wire, bro?
No.
No, I haven't.
What
seen
the
it.
fuck?
Everybody tells me to
Man,
watch
these
it.
kids, y'all old. Go ahead, bro. Do what you gotta do. Bathroom. But nah, bro. I see the fit, bro. You going crazy on YouTube,
Man, this-
bro.
this-
What's up
this
with
something
you,
light, bro.
What's
I
up?
was gonna
show,
wear,
show the boot, bro. Show the boot.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out, a good friend gave me these for my birthday.
Crazy.
Yeah, you know.
Do the fit check, bro.
Okay,
My
so
man, he ready to pie, bro. That's
we
my dog. Flair.
we got the Tommy boxers that they can't see at home. We got the limited edition Spanish Grand Prix.
Nick, this your boy right here, bro. You know
Spanish
that, right?
Grand Prix Carlos Sainz hat. Rest in peace, Carlos Sainz Ferrari career.
Rest in peace.
We got the Detroit Vipers vintage jersey. We got the Old Navy Sherpa pants. You know, shout out Old Navy. They were on sale and they just look fuzzy as hell. And then we got some Tims with a little camo trim. You know, hell yeah.
Hey, the three of us are all wearing Tims right now.
You talked
yeah, we
about
teamed up.
the flannel. Me and Flair.
I almost wore a flannel, and 3 of y'all wore flannels.
Hey,
too.
don't worry about it, guys. Next 2 episodes, y'all gonna see Nick and Flair.
Yeah.
3 episodes will make Paul Bunyan take the flannel off.
Oh, that clip's coming out tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
dead, bro. No, man, I'm happy to be here, bro. I'm happy to have y'all, bro. This
It's good to
shit
be
is
here.
Nuts,
This
bro.
set is really cool, and the tour was nice.
bro. This is my. I try to go. This is like Epstein Island level of I don't want nobody to know what the fuck is where it's at and what's going on.
It doesn't look like when you drive by it. It doesn't. You know what I mean?
Hidden gem,
it looks
baby.
like a church, low key.
Bro, I come here the past 2 sessions I've been here, right? Me, Montana, Ryan, Dre, a couple ladies. We'll fucking come in here, cook up, walk, fucking not even 2 blocks to the bar, get some wings. We watched the Lions. Lions were going crazy. Speaking of football, bro.
You still hurting about it?
I didn't even mean it. I was hurt. I was sick. But
I drove by Ford Field last night and I was like, man,
you know what's so therapeutic?
y'all sold.
Bro, you know what's so therapeutic? I went to go see my auntie this morning. I was like, did you see your baby on the pod on YouTube? Me and Dre were cooking up talking about the Lions loss. You know, everybody has a reason for why things transpired or whatever. And my therapy is getting my shit off right up in here and put it up on YouTube. I'm good now, you know what I mean? Next season, get it together, but you know,
I've said enough about the Super Bowl, but I'll gladly.
I listen. I'm up to date.
Yeah, I'll gladly give you a breakdown of what I think happened.
I go back and forth with this guy all the time on Instagram on some football shit.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. I love that he loves the Chiefs.
My phone just cooled off from the Super Bowl. It just cooled off. So for those who may not know, I've been a Chiefs fan.
Bro,
I've been a Chiefs fan since week 10 of the first Jared Goff season. Bro,
please.
Bro, it's bad, bro.
Bro, you support the fucking Illuminati of football, bro.
But the thing is, when I started liking them, they only had 2 Super Bowl appearances with Patrick Mahomes, and we just lost to Joe Burrow.
Respect.
So I thought their dynasty was done.
Respect.
I thought the Bills and maybe the Bengals were going to touch us up for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he would win 1, let alone 2 in a row.
You had Lions hate when we recorded and they whooped ass. Well, Goff played like shit. That's what I was scared of. And then he continued to play like shit in the playoffs. But the Chiefs, I've talked on your platform. We've talked outside of broadcasting.
Yeah.
And it's like the Bills and Chiefs games I went to.
Yeah. You went to the legendary game. You went to the 13-second
my
game.
dad and the Canadian guys, we all went out there to do that.
Bill Burr was trashing that game, which was funny.
Yeah.
Everybody calls it the best game. And he was like,
what year
nobody's
was
playing defense.
Sorry,
what year was that? What year was it?
2021.
2022.
The year the Bengals went to the Super Bowl.
2021.
So
It was just funny to see somebody
Bengals.
say that the best game ever was just trash.
Bro, I picked up a load out of Niagara. I picked up 9 Hondas. I had to hit 6 dealers all around like Newport, Providence, Rhode Island area, like south of Boston, right? And I had a decision to make because I was exhausted. I'm like, I'm gonna drop all these fucking cars. I gotta take a day off before I get home. This was Monday. This was like after the Super Bowl. I slept all day, didn't watch the Super Bowl, and the next day everybody was hitting me up about Kendrick. Like for the past 6 years, I go out to Canada, go see my dad. I'm playing Kendrick's album for him. We did last summer. We watched the pop-up show, the Not Like Us, stomp over Drake parade.
That was better than the Super Bowl.
In LA. That shit was crazy, bro.
That was better than the Super Bowl.
I seen him. I went to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Me and Jalen went to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Nice.
4 seats. I've seen Kendrick. I was at Yeezus.
Yeah.
I've seen Kendrick perform, and I missed it, and then I watched it on YouTube, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I was like, that's straight, whatever.
Live, it was pretty awesome, but I was in a different mind state. My team was down 24-0 when that happened. So, and then here's the thing: right before halftime, my 6-year-old nephew calls me, Uncle Os, your team sucks, and hangs up the fucking FaceTime.
Shout out to
He's
nephew.
6 years old, bro.
Shout him out, Ganger on YouTube.
So somebody put him up to it,
nephew.
and yeah, so Ace gave me a call, and
Shout
I
out
was
to
already
Ace.
bummed out. And I'm in the mindset, I'm like, hey, ball up top. It ain't over. Brady's came back 25.
exactly.
But then they just proceeded to get polished. So I barely got to enjoy the halftime, but looking back, it was awesome.
Well, Tom Brady was in Detroit. We was all in Detroit. I came home off the road to be in Detroit when they played that Commanders game.
Shout out Jaden Daniels.
And then I was on the pod the morning after on the irony of Tom Brady. Y'all giving excuses to this guy. Jared Goff, you can't give him excuses anymore. He's a star.
He's been to a Super Bowl.
He's supposed to carry us
He's been
all
to a
the
Super
way.
Bowl. He's been to an NFC championship.
Thank you, bro. I'm done arguing about it. But Patrick, what happened? What went wrong?
So here was my take live.
I didn't even watch it.
My live take of it was either this is rigged or everybody is drunk. And I think there's some truth to the second one because it's hard to go to New Orleans and not party. So I think his O-line was just gassed, exhausted from partying.
They had a belly
and I think
full.
they were all fucking confused.
Jambalaya and shit.
The truth is-
they had a belly full of po' boys and beignets.
Yeah,
and fucking
they were heavy.
frozen
They were heavy for
margaritas.
sure.
Yeah.
It's simple. The Eagles' front four was better than the Chiefs' front four.
Wow.
And I was going to say, to his point,
That's football,
That's
baby.
it. That's
their
it.
That's football,
their defensive line was lights out.
Yeah.
No way.
pancaking all
They had
pro
3
offensive
defensive
lines.
MVPs.
Yes.
Real
basically.
talk.
And-
That was the best team you played all year.
That's the best team
Really?
Patrick Mahomes has ever seen.
That was the best
in the
team
Super
y'all
Bowl.
played.
Think about it.
No.
What quarterbacks has Patrick Mahomes beaten? He did beat
Brock Purdy.
He beat Brock Purdy.
He beat Jalen Hurts before. He also beat Garoppolo when he was still commanding
Not a lot
the
of big
Niners.
names.
No, and lost to Tom Brady, and now
But you didn't beat the
has a
Bucs.
1-1 record against Jalen
As
Hurts.
far as this season went, that was the best.
Hey, they
fucking
shut down
team besides
Saquon.
The Bills.
That's what I was going to say. The defense wasn't so bad. They shut down the run, and we all know the Eagles' run is powerful.
They had Jalen Hurts had to win it, and it was 50-50 if he could have.
He had to make his throws. He had to make his throws, and he made all of his
got
throws.
It done, yeah.
Bro.
But what I think, looking back, was Mahomes is 8-0 against Vic, their defensive coordinator, whenever he's a coach or a defensive coordinator. Every time they've played, they've blitzed. Mahomes is ready for blitzes because he knows who's open based on who's coming.
Right.
So when you have a 4 in the front mowing down your great offensive line and
Plus
nobody is
another
open,
1 or 2 on a blitz.
no, nobody's blitzing. All 7 are covering
they
their
got
line.
it
No
done
blitz
without
the
the
whole game.
blitz?
Yeah.
That was the beauty of
Really?
it.
So
no
that's
blitz.
why
Wow.
that's why token white boy Cooper DeJean got a pick 6 because he threw it right to him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Breaking the color
when they're
barrier.
coming in so fast, Mahomes. I mean, the guys didn't have time to get open.
I don't think regular civilians know how important being a quarterback is. Like, did
Yeah.
you guys play high
You're a
school?
general.
Did you
Yeah.
guys play high school football?
No.
No.
I
Bro,
played
I played-
elementary school football. That was it.
Bro,
Pee-wee.
I played both sides of the ball. I played offensive tackle, defensive end, and I played kick receive.
Damn.
On a no win roster, like on a no win season.
0-9,
Like
baby.
two no win seasons.
0-9. Hey, we used to say
Playing Division One Michigan, like we played Clarkston. You know who Clarkston safeties was? Cassie's husband now.
Who?
Cassie's husband. That was the trainer. That P. Diddy got her that trainer.
Yeah.
And then they got all that money and they got babies and shit. The white boy.
Yeah.
My class football team played his class. They worked at he went to Clarkston in
Damn.
Michigan. And we played them twice a year.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, can I say this? I went to school where you played football, right? You know, we used to say after the winless season.
Oh my fucking
After
God.
the second
Here
one,
we fucking go,
0-9. We used to chant 0-9 one more time. After the second,
That's
the
fucked up,
season
bro.
after the winless
It's
season.
crazy you on my
0-9,
podcast.
One
It's
more
crazy.
time.
It's crazy you on my pod talking crazy about my team.
The
shit was
chant,
tough, bro.
The chant makes itself. 0-9. One more time.
That's the
oh,
hardest-
You think
it's
you
the-
had it hard? I
Bro.
played lacrosse, bro. We played private schools. We played
Bro.
kids with scholarships and shit like that. We had to play these private
Bro.
all boys schools. They
Bro.
were beating the fuck out of me.
Bro.
They were hitting me with their lacrosse sticks. They were tackling me.
Bro, you know how hard it is to be a successful football team? You know how many things have to go right
A lot.
It's the
for you
biggest
to
team
win
sport.
a fucking
Yeah.
football game?
A lot.
And you motherfuckers be betting on that shit. You niggas is crazy. You guys are crazy.
They let anyone play football. That was their problem. The biggest pussy you know was on the football team. That was what it is.
We had a lot of guys that didn't play, but you know, Royal Oak back in fucking
I think what it was. I think there was
bro.
a lot of dads who were like, "You're gonna play football, god damn it! You're not gonna."
Royal
sit
Oak
at
needs
home."
to be school of choice. Then their football team will do better.
Real talk.
That shit was. I got trauma now. I'm sad. Lift my spirits, guys. Jesus Christ.
My
Who's that
your
guy?
fir-
Who was that guy,
Was that your
Austin?
first time hearing the 0-9 one more time chant?
Probably.
You never heard that?
I was too busy on the
0-9,
field trying
one
to
more
win,
time.
trying to be the one out of no disrespect to my fucking players, but trying to do my part out of 11 guys
the
on the
guy?
I
field.
think I wasn't
on
doing my
Berkeley.
part. We were throwing Jimmy. we were throwing Jimmy John
Talk about
sandwiches.
lacrosse and shit.
We were throwing Jimmy John sandwiches at the away team. One time at a football game, Jimmy John's is right down the road from our high school.
I worked
Jimmy
there,
John's,
bro.
Yeah,
I worked there.
You know the Jimmy John's one time came and gave away free sandwiches.
Bro, this motherfucker, bro.
They didn't get. Listen,
Bro, this-
understand.
I'm about to put my hands on this motherfucker on YouTube.
No, understand.
You bringing so much trauma back into my life.
I'm bringing it up. God damn it! It's a good
He
day.
didn't hear. Hey, he didn't hear
My
the
man.
0-9 chant because he got the stadium noise in his head.
No, he had the.
No.
Now, this,
I was sized
I
up.
want to make love by Akon.
Bro.
And this is a long time ago.
I was
wanna
a
make
small
love right now,
small
now.
lineman, bro. I was lined up against. We played Pontiac, bro. We played Lake Orion.
We played the same teams you guys played at
Bro,
Berkeley.
it was rough.
And we had the Black Brock Lesnar. We had. I'm going to tell you right now. Homecoming game against Seaholm, our freshman year. We had a guy named Terrell Porter. Shout out Terrell
Oh, I
Porter.
know Terrell Porter.
Legend.
Legend.
Went on to win
Berkeley legend.
Went on to win a JUCO championship.
I know
Like
Terrell
he could have. He
Shout out
he
to
honestly
JUCO.
could have went D1 if he had his grades in order or whatever happened. But anyways, he rushed for like 600 yards on fucking Seaholm, bro. He had like 8 touchdowns that game. It's 52-0.
I heard
They got balled on.
I was listening to Had To Got To, and I heard Nick, for one, washes his ass like a black man.
With a
Washcloth.
For two.
That's what you're supposed to.
For
Shout
two.
out. I'm not gonna let my race dictate how
that was
dirty I
one.
am.
That's not a racial thing.
That was one.
That's not a racial
Wait, listen.
thing.
It
and
is.
For two, I didn't know you went to Brother Rice, bro. Y'all are giving that. Y'all are,
Well, I went to Bishop Foley.
I'm sorry, Bishop Foley. I'm tripping.
Ninth
Bishop
grade,
Foley.
ninth
and
grade.
then
Good old
I heard
Catholic school.
the Churchill, bro.
I went too.
That shit was hilarious.
Oh yeah, I saw Matt,
See,
my
you guys are
biology
talking about-
teacher.
So hold on.
Listen.
at the gym.
I gotta tell my audience. Listen.
Explain what Churchill is.
These motherfuckers was going to the bad kid school,
Secondary
and,
school.
and the secondary school, calling their teachers by their first name and
Yep.
having cigarette breaks and
Yep.
shit.
We didn't
That
have
shit
lunch.
is
We had a
so
cigarette
We had
break.
Faygo and chips that you could buy
Yep.
for
That
lunch,
shit
and then
is
a Green
so
Lantern truck would pull up.
Yeah.
No, that's fire.
It wasn't a Green Lantern truck. It was just a lady who bought Green Lantern and would
just
sell
sold
slices.
It was like stale Green Lantern, too.
What
It was like day
what
old.
year are we reliving right now?
It's 2014, 2013.
2013.
No, okay. I graduated in 11, so I was just
We were a
smoking
couple
weed,
grades
playing
below you.
video
Yeah.
games at that
Do you ever
time.
still like whenever you talk about ages with somebody, like, yeah, they're 2 grades below me? Do you still do that? Because we do.
Oh, bro.
They're 2 grades below me.
It's
Yeah, my
weird. It's
girlfriend's
weird
2
being
grades younger.
it's weird being 30. It's weird being 31.
She goes to a different school.
It's weird being 31 because it's a lot like that Middle Child song by J. Cole. It's like you're in that uncle. You're almost uncle.
We're big bro age.
I am a real uncle.
What,
But-
35 through 55, I think, is unk, and after that's old school.
No, I
So
think-
what's
I think-
31? What's
OG.
30,
I think-
31,
Big bro.
I
32?
think-
25
Big
through
bro.
35 is big bro.
I think
Yeah.
20. I think 25.
And then 25 and under is YN.
I think 25 to 40 is big bro. 25 to 40 is big bro. 40 to 55 is unk. And then 55 and onward is OG.
Yeah, OG.
It's so
or
weird where I'm at,
school,
bro.
They call them
yeah,
school.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, school?
Yeah.
16 to 25 is. Can I say this? Can someone say
Not
this
the
for me?
N word, bro.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the letters. I'm saying
OG?
no. The other
YN?
What you
one.
said. What you
Yeah,
said.
that's
Oh,
fine. bro.
YN.
Yeah.
Why
This is a debate.
YN?
I saw a tweet like,
Yeah.
"Can I say
YN
YN?"
is-
And all the replies are like, "Man, why do white people want to say it so bad?"
Listen,
I think
listen.
YN
I
is
got
16 to
real
25.
love for y'all, bro. I got real love for y'all. I will defend y'all until some black people show up, bro. It's a wrap. I'm telling you right
That's
now.
fair.
Fine.
When they
fair.
show up, it's over.
I'm like,
That's
they
fair.
right over. Had you got to, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I'm not
Y'all
gonna
got
say
it.
anything
fair.
I shouldn't. Trust me.
If it now let me
That's
ask you
not me.
this. Let me ask you this. If it's like death row coming, I understand. But if it's like
That was a racial Instagram post that we were talking about, the Instagram, how you can like make somebody else's profile with the same post
Yeah.
that I was learning about. And then I approved it and then I found out what it was and then I took it off.
Well, to be honest,
we were talking about IP.
to be honest,
but-
that was a mistake. I thought I was uploading a different
I learned,
clip. You
bro,
weren't even
I
in
learned-
that clip.
I know.
I screwed up.
And then
I
when I
screwed up.
listened, it's beautiful and it's great to talk about because when I heard the clip, it was racial. You guys do a great American job. This is an American
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I don't think you should not talk about other races or other cultures, but if you do it in a respectable way, it's cool. And then I love being
No,
a
I agree.
liaison.
It's all
I love
jokes.
being a liaison. Like if you
It's
guys
all
were to hit me
jokes.
random and be like, yo, is this appropriate? That's great. That's American shit right
And what the
there,
thing
bro.
is, that we don't pick favorites either, because like white
No.
people, I love picking on white people.
Yeah.
I think
they're
white
the
people,
easiest target.
they are so
It's the
funny to
easiest
make fun
target,
of.
yeah.
And there's so many types of white people. You have
Yeah.
your finance bro, cokehead white guy.
Yeah.
You have your ICP trailer park monster drinking
Right.
white guy. You know, and
There's
then
like 50 genres of white.
I think
Yeah.
all of us have a seat at the table of culture here in Southwest Michigan. Like,
Yes.
there is a melting pot of culture here. Like, you have like the biggest Middle Eastern culture in
Yeah.
the world besides the Middle East itself in Dearborn.
You have a lot of Asians in Troy. You have a
You
lot
have
of
Asians in
Asian
Troy, you have white
culture.
people from up north, you have the south, you have the east side white people.
I was talking to
So you
my
have
mom.
you have the real hillbillies up north, right? Then you have the fake hillbillies down south who
Yeah.
are just Republicans with money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who think they're hillbillies, but they got a nice house in the suburbs and $90,000 in debt to a truck.
Yeah,
Or whatever, but they love country shit, but they're not country. Then you got the real country motherfuckers who like can drunk drive and kill somebody, but they don't live near buddy, so no one would ever know for a month.
Yeah. I was gonna say. So you said you'd defend us until some black people show up.
I'm just saying, like if they
example,
if they want you, they gonna go get
Listen,
you.
we
Yeah,
grew
but
up on the
I want
Chappelle
to ask
show,
you
man.
this. I want to ask you this.
Let's hear
If it shows up and it's like it's like Suge Knight and the rest of Death Row, I understand. But if it's like B5 or like mindless behavior showing up, you better defend us, bro. If it's like
Wait, who is B5 and mindless behavior?
like teen black boy bands, like
Okay.
tiny kids,
Listen,
you
What
know?
about Jurassic Express?
You
Like
got-
if Ao and Teo pull up, you better defend us, bro.
You guys are biased to me. I'm biased with you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm not objective with you guys. It comes in the content creator space where, and I've always been culturally aware. Like I was about to say, like my stepmom, my grandma came up in the 40s and 50s, right? My stepmom is in her 40s, and I explain to them about me and my brother. Me and my brother are so well traveled. We are so we mix and blend and whatever.
Been exposed to a
Despite
lot
what
of
other
shit.
people say, a lot of people just be up and down the street their whole fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm so well traveled. Like I love that. And it's great for podcasting. It's great.
There's
It's
the
great.
famous picture of the guy from New York who's on vacation on a balcony, like in Hawaii, and he's looking out in the distance. He's like, "This shit whack. What's going on in the borough?"
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah.
What's happening on the block, bro?
Some people only know the borough.
No, you guys are team. Bro, I got y'all, bro. No cap.
Another thing I'd like to segue back to is greatest.
It's your time. We're gonna do another 10, 15.
Yeah.
Get your shit off on the tube, my G. My nigga.
Real quick, you mentioned
he said it.
you mentioned like greatest minds of all time or greatest people of all time.
I would love
I
that
was kind of
conversation, bro.
brainstorming
Love
while
that
we were
conversation.
just chatting, and
And great is subjective.
it is, and it's all opinion anyways.
Right.
But where I kind of place my first mind goes to like commerce, travel, stuff like that. So either you credit Carl Benz or Henry Ford with the first innovation of the car. Either way,
I don't
first
think-
inventor of the car. And why I credit them more than anybody now or somebody like Elon, forget electricity aside or like renewability aside, these people figured out how to move metal and wheels in an area before computers and internet. This guy has had technology to... Anybody now is working with technology. These people are working with
They had to invent.
mechanics with their hands, you know, and schematics, like hand-drawn schematics.
Yeah.
There wasn't even printers yet.
I think Ford was more like assembly line. Ford,
yes,
I don't,
yes,
really,
you're
I don't
correct.
really like.
You're
I don't
correct.
really put
Carl
Ford
Benz was
in like
first
the
on the
car.
car.
I put Ford in Detroit,
Mass production.
Detroit
Yes,
specifically.
yes.
We live and
Yes.
die on this hill. Okay,
Yes.
the ups and downs of Detroit clearly come
The
from
streamlining
the
of the car.
masses of
Yeah.
people getting a job and either being laid off or having work to do. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like it's fucked up.
And then I would say the Wright brothers, because I think flight is the most important thing in the world right now that we have, like
I heard.
travel-wise.
I just listened to Had to Got to. Y'all was talking about don't get on a motherfucking helicopter
Don't even-
or a plane.
Helicopter,
Don't
no.
get me
Helicopter,
started
no.
on this.
Planes,
Planes are
yes.
fine.
Planes
Planes
are
are
fine.
No, they're not.
We'll
I just
save
had-
it.
I
We'll
just had-
save
they're
it.
not. No, they're not. I had an argument with my girlfriend about this. Planes not being fine.
We
Go
gotta.
on, go on.
We'll
go on.
save it.
But I think I like plane. I have planetism. I really like planes. So the Wright brothers to me are very important because without that first step of running a fucking plane, like they ran a plane off a hill and then glided that son of a bitch. That
Like
later,
Wild Wild West. Remember the movie Wild Wild West?
yeah,
Fire.
same thing. So that became
Fire.
what we know today as these supersonic jets or even fighter jets today. Without them taking that first step again off of handmade schematics, hand measured stuff, that's insane.
The real pioneers.
Yeah.
If I could go back and be a teenager, I would have went to the Air Force and became a pilot. Swear to God.
I wish I could, man. I wish I had the
That shit's so
the
fire.
body to be able to
You ever
do
seen
it.
Flight?
Yeah, with Denzel.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it's a great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
I recently saw it.
So
Great
what was that?
movie.
2 or 3?
That's 2 because I'm going to combine Carl Benz and Henry Ford because the average uneducated mind will say, "Oh, Henry Ford invented the car." Carl Benz or the Fiat guy. Those are the 2 widely debated. So Europe had cars before we did. But anyways, I credit the people who got the plane off the ground, who created the car, and then when we get into those technology areas, I would credit Bill Gates immediately because of what he's been able to do from square one. You could also throw Steve Jobs in there as well. Steve Jobs very famously, when he first got the iPod,
I mean,
he said, "Can we
Apple,
put more
bro.
stuff in this?" threw it in a puddle of water or like a tub of water, and he was like, "There's air bubbles coming out of the iPod. There's more space in there to be utilized."
I don't
That's
think people
crazy.
understand
That's so
anything
cool.
about Apple, bro. I know people buy their products, but the way they distribute and sell their products are like top tier to where it's designed and manufactured.
I mean, how much?
It's crazy.
How much fun is it? I mean, you don't do it as often nowadays, but how much fun is it when you get a new iPhone or like back in the day? When
I
you
was
got a new
gonna
iPod
get one this year, but
and
I'm
you
gonna
popped
wait.
it out the box and peeled the screen. Like it feels good.
It used to come with headphones and shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. Like
It used
Doesn't
to give
even
you
come with
goodies.
a charger block.
It doesn't
anymore.
even
Like
come
I
with
said
a
about-
iPod and the iPhone used
Bro.
to feel. They
Like,
feel
bro.
so much fun to open.
Like we
Yeah.
talked about
Nothing
the
else
Mac,
feels as
like we
fun to
talked
open.
about the MacBook, bro. My
Yeah.
first experience with a MacBook was like COVID streaming on Twitch on my ex's MacBook.
Yeah.
Like when we broke up, I said, "Sweetheart,
I'm gonna miss this more than you.
I need to go get me a MacBook."
Can I borrow it?
Fucking Lane. I need
wasn't.
the computer. I need
And
the
like I said, well, like before pre-pod, my pod brain was like, first off, you need a MacBook.